So welcome to Macklin's Take YouTube. Me, Matt Macklin, and Matt Christie have convened for this one. And Matt is editor, of course, of Boxing News, so right on top of everything that's going on in the boxing world. And an interesting announcement last week, Matt Macklin, was Kalle Sauerland announcing that Sauerland event, basically Sauerland Promotions, are teaming up with Wasserman, who, if people don't know who Wasserman are, they're a massive kind of international sports creative agency who've got all sorts of high profile athletes on their books. You wouldn't necessarily know that, but it's very much the case. And this is a real interesting one because the way he was talking, Kalle, it seems pretty evident that their new alliance is really going to look to make inroads in the sport, that they're going to be very well funded, that they're picking out the UK market and looking to disrupt that UK market, which for the last few years, and no disrespect to Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions, but for the last few years has been dominated to a large extent really by Matchroom. I mean, we were interested in this, weren't we, when we saw the announcement?
Look, it's exciting times because times are changing. You know, there's the Zone, the streaming platforms coming in. There's ESPN Plus, Triller are getting into this space. It's, you know, all of a sudden now Sauerlands, which are a serious outfit, have been one of the leading, if not the leading, certainly in continental Europe, promoters over the years, teaming up with this sports agency powerhouse, I suppose, who are very well funded, as you said, very connected. And it's an interesting partnership because anyone that's following the sort of British boxing beat scene as it is know that, you know, the contract that Sky Sports and Matchroom is coming up for renewal. I don't think a decision has been made, but everyone's speculating left, right and centre. We've all got our different opinions. But ultimately, if Eddie goes with the Zone UK, there will be a void at Sky. There'll be an opportunity there. And it's a fantastic platform. You know, it crosses over to the football fan with Sky Sports News and all the rest of it. It's been, you know, really instrumental in terms of driving the pay-per-views. And certainly you would imagine the likes of, certainly Nissi Sauerland lives in London, and obviously Kalle, I think, you know, they've got a big presence in London. So I think he lives in Hamburg now, but they, you know, they're very much aware of the UK market. And I'm pretty sure that they're certainly thinking about hopping in there if Eddie does move.
Matt, nothing stays the same in boxing for long. Status quo is a rare thing, but this looks like it could be a real powerful alliance. I mean, every now and again you hear rumors about this and that and the other might be happening, but with this one, these are two very real, very proven outfits in Sauerland. Matt, as Matt was saying there, through Wilfred Sauerland, who started it, they've been at this a long time. They know what they're doing, and Wasserman are huge. Are huge. If you haven't heard of them and you're watching this, just go and Google them. They're a bit like MC Saatchi, that kind of outfit, but they're massive. And if they're going to get involved in the way that Kalle says they will, then this is a serious thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised actually that there was some bit of a lukewarm reaction to it on social media, to be honest with you. And I think this is one of those moves where you may not see the consequences of it overnight, but you will certainly start to hear noises, and that noise will get louder and louder over a period of time, so that in a few months when it really starts to come to fruition, and you will see that they start to make the signings. One of the most interesting things I think that Kalle said to Boxing News this week is that nobody is off limits. There is not a single fighter in the world that he wouldn't be confident of being able to bring over to that platform. Now, Matt is absolutely right to bring up the kind of, you know, we're all waiting to see what happens with Sky Sports and with Matchroom. You know, I think from speaking to Eddie Hearn in detail about it in the not so distant past, is that, you know, he has this loyalty to Sky Sports. He knows what Sky Sports can do and bring to his business, but at the same time, perhaps DAZN with a global platform is perhaps bit more fitting with his long-term vision. So we don't know. Then all of a sudden, yes, we have now got the Sauerlands perhaps in place, if that opportunity presents itself. Now, what the Sauerlands have done, and what the hardcore know that the Sauerlands have done, particularly Kalle, is he's been involved in the World Boxing Super Series, and before that it was the Super 6. And I think every boxing fan, if we could create a boxing utopia, it would be for more of these kind of tournaments. Now, we don't know if that is still in Sauerland's long-term vision. If it is, and if he's got the clout of Wasserman behind him, which is a significant financial clout, by the way, then this could be the best news that boxing fans have had in quite a long time.
Just quickly, what's we're on the inside of this Sky DAZN Matchroom thing, you see. So it's, I think we're pretty objective about it when we discuss it, me and Matt. But within the industry, for people who could be more objective, and you're definitely in that category. What do you make of it? Because it's a big thing for boxing for Matchroom to take their fighters off Sky. It would be a bold step. It would be a bold step because DAZN have obviously got great ambitions and they have some serious financial firepower. And as you say, it may well fit more with Eddie Hearn's longer term vision for where he wants to take Matchroom boxing. But in the short term, their visibility would decrease significantly across the kind of wider sporting spectrum.
Well, that's the difficult decision, isn't it? Because it will do. I just think that from the outside looking in, that it's not a great look to have certain fighters boxing on DAZN, certain fighters not boxing on Sky, or then to say to fans, "Oh, you watch this one on Sky Sport. You can't watch this as part of your DAZN subscription. You watch this one on Sky Sports." So you keep doing. It's all a little bit muddled, and I think that the only way that Eddie Hearn can do what Eddie Hearn wants to do is either work out a way to take that forward with Sky Sports, or do that, or just go over and build it with DAZN. I think trying to keep them both, say for example, if there was a short-term deal with Sky Sports, I just don't think that would work. I think it has to be one or the other, because at the moment, it's almost like you're married to one and you're having an affair with the other. And why? From experience, the girls don't like that.
Macklin, that's a good analogy, isn't it? Because
that's a great analogy.
We've been wondering ourselves whether there would. We were saying the other day actually that we were thinking that if you're Eddie, the kind of ideal scenario would be if he could get them to agree to it, to try and work with both for a bit longer, because you maintain that presence on Sky and you get to build things on DAZN, and it wouldn't be quite as drastic a step. It would be maybe you're kind of easing yourself in and more is what I'm trying to say. But I think Matt makes a good point there. I'm just not sure if that can really happen.
No, it's not sustainable. Like you said, the affair. It's great. It's great fun, but the stress and it's messy, isn't it? It's messy. It's not sustainable. You're trying to build a star. He's on DAZN 1 week, on Sky the next. The broadcasters are going to get pissed off. It's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? It's all right in theory, but in reality, it won't work.
No. I think you're right, and we'll wait and see what happens, because that's going to have to come out in the wash soon, because the deal ends, I believe, at the end of June. So everybody involved, they all need to know quickly, I think, which way it's going. But all I know, and I don't really know anything, to be honest, I got no inside information whatsoever, but is that I don't know anyone who even claims to know. So I think those cards are being held very, very close to the chest at Matchroom, which is absolutely right. It's what they always do, and it just maybe means that they haven't even decided yet. So we'll see. Matt, thanks very much. Thanks very much for your company today. It's been great fun. We've done the audio podcast with Matt, so that's up on. That will be up next Tuesday on the usual platforms, and we'll catch you all again soon.